Welcome to the synthesis part ng Module 1 ng ating learner-centered module courseware, at tayo po ngayon ay papasada lang sa mga pinagdaanan natin through the past weeks. So ito po, this video was taken today, February 21. So I'm very sure po madadagdagan pa po yung ating pong results and responses. And at this point, we have a good percentage na nakakatapos na po ng course. So, we went through the principles of learner-centered education. Of course, we started with the introduction. Ito naman po is something for us to read. Okay, yung first part po, naging video natin yun, but that was for the welcome portion. But this time, it's for everybody to read through and, uy, ganun, pareho pala tayo ng likes, pareho pala tayo ng profession. And we saw that there are a lot of rich resources po in terms of experience sa ating mga participants, and we're very honored to have you with us in this course. Okay, so we went through exercises wherein isa po sa mga key practice natin kung ginawa is going through the VARC questions. Ito po yung visual, oral, reading, writing, and kinesthetics. Okay, so sa resulta po natin, nakita natin, of course, it depends on the course that you're handling. And it's very interesting to know that it really matches kung ano po talaga yung inyo pong tinuturo and also in your profession. And in this regard, na-curious lang po kami, ano kaya ang composition ng ating mga participants. So far po dun po sa mga sumagot, since it began until February 21, we ranked them. Of course, this is collective. Okay, siyempre iba-iba po tayo pagdating sa individual results. So, naunguna po, at least for the participants as a whole, highly visual po tayo. Okay, we have 107 points for the visual part. Second is into kinesthetics. Okay, at 79 points. And sumunod po ang oral. Okay, and last po yung reading and writing at 50 points. Now, through the other exercises, we had the translation to classroom practices and how they were facilitated. Okay. And you were also given challenges or even just your input on ito ba LC ba to o hindi. Okay, and you also went through the psychology and the 14 principles of learner-centeredness, and also little bit of readings and learnings in terms of the point of collaboration and the metacognitive and cognitive factors pagdating po sa LC. Okay, now ito po ang interesting sa atin. We have all of your outputs dun po sa final exercise po natin, and to synthesize all of them, we came up with 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 points. Okay, and it's very interesting to note kasi nababalidate po talaga ang inyong pagiging LC na ginagawa nyo na rin po pala ito. Okay, the first point, you see that it's very important to have non-traditional strategies when it comes to the classroom. Okay, so lahat po kayo nagkaroon ng contribution dito, but it was also highlighted in point by sina Miss Leah, sina Sir Fred, Sir Kokoy, and Miss Jel. Okay, it's very important to have a point wherein you also consider experiential learning. Kumbaga, kung ano yung itinuturo nyo, gusto nyong ma-hands-on, o kumbaga sa mga estudyante ay talagang, ano ba talaga yan? It's not just lecture or instructions in the slide, but you have to experience it, you have to do it. You also want to make it fun, so you make it a game-based type of an activity. So alam naman natin millennials, gusto nila medyo fun, medyo masaya. Okay, and you adjust and modify methods of teaching the competency, and you have to realize that it's what they bring out from the classroom. Okay, so hindi lang po yung enough that, okay, this is the lecture and then 3 hours you're all done. What matters is ano ba yung nakuha mo sa lecture na yon at ilalabas mo at dadalhin mo sa iyong buhay paglabas ng lecture na yon. Okay, and it's also important to marry, of course, sometimes you still have traditional strategies, but it's also important to tie it up. Kunyari lecture class siya, some of you noted that you still can't get away with lecture, but you have to change how it is being taught or how the students can absorb it. The second one that our synthesis, your output notes would be empowering students. Ayan, napaka-importante po nito. It's important to have activities and topics wherein you get students involved. And you also set expectations during classes. So kunyari, okay, objectives ito, and then ano ba ang inyong ina-expect? Or tingin nyo ba may iba pong paraan para mas mag-gets nyo to, matututunan nyo, at in a way, you're giving your students the choice and the right to learn in the way that they're comfortable with. And isa po sa mga nanote din namin is noting that grading and different scoring strategies, may agreement po with the students. Okay, kumbaga, okay, midterm, ito ang kailangan nating requirements, pero what would fit your capacity? Ano ba yung mas babagay sa inyo? Of course, bilang teacher, you still have to balance na ito pa rin competency ninyo, hindi naman ibig sabihin dadalian natin ng gusto, di ba? Empower them. Ano ba yung kaparaanan para kayo ay tingin nyo mas matututo pa? Okay, that's very encouraging. Okay, so highlights po ito. Everybody had a mention of this, but mas naging key point din po ito ni na Sir Gani, Miss Leah, at ni Miss Jel. Okay. Key point din po would be collaborative activities. That's number 3. So you allow students not just to be just working projects by themselves, but you allow them to work with others. You have to collaborate. And one key point is you allow them also to evaluate each other, knowing na okay, evaluated pala ako nito, and there's a different relationship between those students. You also get to teach them in a different way na medyo intrinsic, okay, and relational. In terms of course, the deliveries and the requirements in the class. Okay. Number 4 naman po that we've discovered is that there's this value as a learner-centered educator to allow them to think how to think. Basically also critical thinking. So you stimulate minds and you allow them to think in the way or in the process that's also comfortable with them. Okay, so ito po yung isang bagay na hindi lang basta may lecture siya, tuturo mo lang, tapos na siya. Okay, you also get into the minds of the students, how they process it, how they understand it, and how they would deliver the requirements of the course. Okay, so ito po, noted po ito ni Ma'am Leah, kay Sir Fred, Miss Marty, Miss Marga po. And that's the 4th one. The 5th is actually very interesting kasi ito po yung punto kung saan you have to know your students. That's number 5. And just like one of the introductions po that we've seen in video, learner-centeredness is about the students. It's about how they learn. And isa po sa mga exercises that we really appreciate would be on the first day of class, ng teacher po na ito ay laging nagsiset ng expectations. Okay, so first day of class, other than the syllabus, okay, ano ba ang ina-expect niyo sa course na to? Ano ba ang gusto niyong type of strategies? Ano yung pakaparaan kung paano ka matututo? And this expands your understanding of the composition of your students. This covers even in the cultural differences, even from those who might have special learning needs, and you get to understand that it's not just you. Parang ano lang yan, parang hugot line lang yan. It's not you, it's them. Okay, so it's also how we react. Another point is how we react from starting the lesson to the point of giving feedback. So some of us, we realize na ay parang hindi pala ako ganito dapat magsalita. Na of course there are expectations, but there are also ways na kung saan from teaching up to the point of feedback, the student is still learning. So how do we communicate that? And it's very important to understand at least the composition of the students. Ay, ganito pala ang paraan, paano siya matututo. And that is very learner-centered as well. One tip that we got from your outputs would be calling them by first name. Okay, ang saya po nito, first name. Okay, ang saya nito lalo, 40 students or so. But of course, we have our own capacities and ways and techniques to call them and remember them in a way that they can also appreciate. Kasi of course, when they see that their teacher appreciates them and calls them by first name, there's a different appeal to it. Okay. And looking at the students also as Lasallians or in the perspective of being a Christian, that they are made in the image of God. Of course, hindi lamang po tayo pumupunta sa classroom para lang magturo at matapos po ang 3-hour class natin or how many times a week, but we also look at them as created in the image of God, that there's a purpose for us why we are teaching. It also requires us to have more effort talaga. Okay, so this were highlighted by everybody. But key points here came from Miss Leah, Miss Jen, and of course kay Miss Marga. Okay. Of course, hindi pa mawawala yung hindrances. That's partly the 6th part. That would be, of course, external factors like kahit anong gawin natin. As a learner-centered educator, minsan may mga issues talaga sila. Papasok ng late. Ginawa na natin lahat. one-on-one, at talagang tinanong na natin yung mga friends niya what are the reasons bakit hindi siya ganito ka-active or hindi siya ganito ka-attentive. There are factors that you've noted such as posible may problema sa pamilya, may cultural differences, or talaga may personal issues na kung saan may pinagdadaanan. Of course, we all know about the support that we can refer them to, like counseling or even even within the friends or the peers. But at the end of the day, there's only so much that we can do. Okay, there's only so much that we can do. Even in the aspect of learning or knowing the students, medyo, kunyari, ang klase natin ay 50 students, di ba? Mga 40 students or 35, then we have 5 sections, medyo challenging po talaga ito. Okay? But to the capacity of a learner-centered educator, we do our best. And we know that we cannot solve everything. But at least in our capacity, in our limits, we know that in our heart, we can do this as a learner-centered educator. So ito po ang summary po ng inyo pong last activity, at least for Module 1. And thank you very much for your output. At kami po, kahit po kami mga facilitators, we learned a lot from this one. So we just want to congratulate, at least for now, ang ating pong mga achievers for this course. I'm seeing na kanina po marami pa kong online, so marami pong habol. Okay, si Miss Jen Fabula, Miss Margarita Marti, okay, Miss Leah Navarro at si Sir Kokoy Pito. Okay, and of course, we still have our top 3, syempre po. Okay, we'd like to congratulate rin po ang top 3 po na nakatapos ng ating module last week pa po, Saturday, Friday. So, si Miss Jel Enriquez, Sir Gani Criste at si Sir Fred Arellano. So, hopefully, tuloy-tuloy po ang ating energy to finish this even ahead of time para po solve na po tayo. And we're very much happy going and progressing in this course with you. So, we will have another video with Sir Tujel de la Cruz naman ho as we welcome you to Module 2, which is about setting cognitive learning objectives.